We take on Bangladesh coming up in a two-test series. First one at Mirpur on the 21st of October. That starts so around the corner. How do you think this is going to go? Of course, Temba Bavuma was set to captain the side, but then picked up a little niggle, and Deval Brevis coming into the side as a replacement. They have said, though, that he's probably not going to play. He's just there as a reserve. A decent few faces in that squad that we were asking to see, and finally it looks like a few of them are going to get a chance.
Yeah, so my main point is I'm going to triple down. I don't want to see Stubbs at 3. I just think that idea is doomed to fail. And we've seen how good of a middle order batsman he is. Just keep his skill set consistent throughout all 3 formats. Even if he has to bat with a different temperament in Test, just not at 3. I think it's a bit too much for him at this point.
Let's not forget what they did to Aiden Markram. I have a soft spot for him, but yeah, he's such a good white ball cricketer at number 3, 4, 5. But you keep asking to open at Test level. I'm not saying he can't do it, but he could have been better at 3, 4, 5 in the Test scene.
Yeah, exciting to see Deval Brevis get an opportunity. We thought he'll probably get it in the shorter format, but as things stand, this is probably the only chance he's going to get in the South African jersey anytime soon. So good to see him there. They recalled Senor Muthusamy, good additional spinner into the squad. But where do you fit him in? You've got Keshav is going to start. Dane will probably start. Dane Pitt will probably start as well. So I think he's unlikely to play. And then just on your point, comes on Stubbs batting at 3. I think he's a guy like David Bellingham is probably your best bet to go at 3. He's showed
I agree
that he's got a good technique. He can counter attack when the side's sort of under pressure and put the pressure back onto the bowling side. I think it's worth a go with him at 3. And I agree with your point. Aiden Markram probably shouldn't be opening the batting anymore, even though that's where he started off his Test career and did very well there. But I think he's starting to get he's getting found out a bit now, so maybe probably protect him from the new ball a bit more. And hopefully he does well in the lower order. I think the question comes in now. You've got an opening batter issue now. You've got obviously Tony De Zorzi up there. Who do you partner with him? And that's probably the problem.
Ryan Rickelson.
So this is the big question now. So I think that as you guys have been saying, as Kuz started off with Stubbs batting 3, I think this is the worst possible time to bat Stubbs at 3 because you have so many options. Between Brietzke, Rickelton, De Zorzi, Markram, and Bedingham, how the heck on planet Earth did you think that Stubbs would be the best one to bat 3 amongst that? It makes absolutely no sense.
Also, let me bring it full circle. To add to that, what I was saying is what they've done to Markram over the years, batting him lower down in the white ball stuff and pushing him up. I feel like they're doing the same thing with Stubbs. So no matter where we put Markram, 4 maybe, Stubbs needs to come slightly behind him at 5, hopefully. So if that's the case, then, Markram at 4, Stubbs at 5, who's your top 3? I would argue De Zorzi maybe, and then Rickelton to open. Rickelton is an opener, so maybe try that experiment.
Yeah, I think it'll just be for this series. I think ideally you'd want probably De Zorzi and Bavuma to open, but they're persisting with Bavuma at 4, and I don't get it, man. I just don't get it. Yeah. On another note, I saw a weird stat the other day that I don't know whether it was just me in my head, but Rickelton is older than Varane. It feels like Varane's a tata.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
Imagine, bro, like a whole 1.5 years older.
Yeah, and yeah, on that point, cool. Do you start both? Do you start Rickelton and Varane? Because if you get Rickelton to open the batting, it's unlikely that he'll keep. I think it's a bit tough.
The toss up is you could potentially shoehorn him in and make him bat 6 or 7.
Who?
Rickelton to come for the next new ball.
Yeah, but if Rickelton plays, I reckon he opens the batting and you drop Markram down.
But because you have the option of Brietzke now, you could go Brietzke, De Zorzi, and then whether we like it or not, Stubbs is going to bat 3, right? Markram's probably going to be batting 4. And
I don't think Brietzke gets a game. If he wasn't going to get a game against Ireland, I don't think he's going to get a game here. I think he's just there for the ride as well. I'll be surprised if he gets a game. I
I
like
think
it if he
Gretzky
gets a game.
comes in for Temba and then Brevis sits on the bench.
No, Brevis almost
Or do
definitely
you
sits on the bench. Brevis
or do you
almost
bring
definitely sits
Rickleton
on the
in
bench, as I said.
for Temba?
It's a very hard
Because
toss up
Rickleton didn't
now.
play the test.
Yeah,
That's a
but
good
you
point.
got that left problem up top, right?
The main problem here is Stubbs. If Stubbs doesn't bat three, you have a lot less issues up top because regardless of who opens, right, you're going to be batting Bedingham or Markram at 5. That makes no sense.
Yeah, I think you go Bellingham 3, Markram 4,
Stubbs
and then
5.
you go Stubbs at
Stubbs
5.
5. That's my best as well.
Logical to any person that's watched enough cricket in their life. Like Beddingham's record in the county championship over the past year and a half or so is ridiculous. He's one of the highest scorers. He's been
No,
absolutely
easy.
clupping it. And like, okay, people might say maybe it's not going to translate, especially across an English pitch and heading over to Bangladesh, where notoriously they're probably going to serve us up a proper trough there, like absolute dog shite that just doesn't work. But I think he can hold his own at 3. So, we are being a bit hopeful because, as I just said, like a minute earlier, Sub's going to bat 3.
Irrespective of the batting lineup, I think we need to put scores of 350 plus, which we haven't done in ages. So whatever lineup it is, they just need to score runs.
So you go. Let's say, right. Let's say you go KG, Dane Patterson, Mulder, right. That's 3 in there. You play Cash definitely if he's there. He plays.
Yeah.
That's 4. Now Mulder offers you something with the bat, a little bit at least. So you could possibly toss in another spinner. I mean, to be fair, we did say Muthusamy is probably not going to play, but he has shown in recent times in domestic cricket that he can hold the bat again. I mean, he bats
Yeah,
at like
it's-
5-ish. So you
No, but
might
I think
get a
it's
bit of
enough
a-
because Markram will give you some relief as your fifth bowler, just, to change things up and even maybe Stubbs may roll his arm over. But I think the 4 bowlers
I
are
think you have
there.
to pick 2 specialist spinners.
I also think you have to pick 2 specialist spinners.
No, I think you have to.
Just pitch based, playing
Yeah.
in Bangladesh.
Got to pick 2 spinners. So I think Dane Pitt or
Same
Muthusamy.
Pete and Mirage?
Yeah.
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 So
So then
then,
you got Pete in there as well. Let's put Pete in. And then so that's your 5 bowlers. Now you got to pick your 6 batters. Where
So
do you
if we
go?
go by that, then I don't think Rickleton and Varane start.
yeah.
I think it's probably Varane, and then it's either probably Rickleton
I,
or
I actually
Breakside.
think I actually think it's not Varane based on the fact that the tail is where it's at. They because Mulder's in that side, I don't think they'll need one more around it. They'll probably go up top, Rickleton to keep, and then maybe opens with Brietska and or Dezorzi, either or, and then Stubbs at 3, Markram at 4, Bedingham at 5.
Yeah. Nah, like my whole view on Rickleton changed once I realized his age. Like for some reason I thought he was like 25-ish, but he's
It's
28-ish.
because
So
it's
you
been
just
so long.
you throw him in the deep end. So yeah, bet and keep, open and keep. You must just do it.
I think Lungi starts over Patterson.
Yeah. So Lungi and Rabada, your front line. Mulder,
Yeah.
first change, 2 spinners. That makes sense. Mulder is an all-rounder. So you're playing 4 specialist bowlers. Mulder just there as your fifth.
Yeah.
It's a tough one, man. Like, weirdly enough, it seems like we have options for the first time. In
But
a long
like you
time.
said, boy mom, everything just revolves around where you bat Stubbs. That's just it.
Exactly. It's unfortunate, but he's become a bit of an Achilles heel, even though he's a very good young cricketer. But when you pop him in at 3, you kind of mess up the entire dynamic of where
Yeah.
you can play who
But
in this team.
let's see how much a man of a word Shukri is. Because Shukri said no matter what, he's gonna bat 3 this whole cycle. So I'm expecting him to bat 3. So
You know what?
let's
You
see.
could actually have Rickleton and Varane in the side. If you go Rickleton, Dezorzi, Bedingham, Markram, Stubbs, Varane, and then your 5 bowlers, you can have
That
them
is
both in
fair.
the side. and get Varane to keep. Unless you're done with this experiment with Varane and get Beardske in. But I think Rickleton has to start. I don't. I
Nah,
think
mark my words, Stubbs is batting 3. I saw that
Yeah,
interview
no,
yesterday.
100%.
so. Stubbs will
100%.
go in 3, betting him. I would say Markham has to bat 4, betting him 5.
I think, look,
No, that's what you're
we've
gonna do.
debated here who we would like to see in the squad. I think what actually happens is Markram opens the batting with Dezorzi, Stubbs 3, Bellingham 4. 5 is whoever they would like on the day. It could be Verena, it could be Brietska, it could be Rickleton if they decide to play both the keepers in the side. Mulder at
Brevis.
6, yeah, or even Brevis. Mulder at 6, or if they play both, then Mulder at 7. Then you've got 4 left. You go because I think that they'll play 2 spinners. I think they're gonna bat till 6, and then they go
No,
both
I think
spinners.
they'll bat till
And
7. I think they'll bat till 7.
with
Well,
Mulder,
we've got
with Mulder, yeah, if you're gonna count him
Mulder.
as 7, you're
Yeah,
gonna count him
Mulder,
as 7,
sure.
yeah, right. You're gonna count him as a batsman. If yeah, cool. And then you got Pete and Keshav and Lungi and Rabada. That is
No,
a
I
realistic
agree.
side for me.
I agree with that
Agreed.
side. It doesn't look that bad, eh?
It doesn't. It
I
doesn't.
don't
I mean,
agree with the side, but I agree that it's gonna be the side.
yeah, I think it's bolstered by the fact that Rabada and Kesh are back. That it makes a massive difference to this whole side. It looks a lot better on paper than it did because you can actually see where wickets would potentially come from. In the past, it's been like, oh God, we're gonna hope. Yeah, Nandri has been decent, but of course injured now. And Lungi's been okay as well. Let's see if he finds a bit of form with KG alongside him. Anyway, we've chatted about the Proteas for quite a bit. Let's see what comes of the series. We'll keep you updated on 3 shots in a dot as to everything that's going on with another Proteas chat very soon after. If you did enjoy this one, please drop us a like. Get involved in the comment section. Let us know exactly what you think about this squad, who you would like to see if we're completely wrong about our opinions in certain players. Also, hit the subscribe button and also follow us on all the audio platforms. Until the next one, please take care. Don't forget to pour a shot and cheers.